I'm Sofia Bernardi, mindset and business coach supporting ambitious new and rising coaches plus service-based businesses to master their mindset, create an aligned and profitable strategy, and grow a six-figure business using the Rising Coach method. I built a multi-six-figure business by the age of 24, and in this podcast, I will teach you the psychology, strategy, and energetics to do the same. Let's dive in. Hello, and welcome to Rising Coaches with Sofia Bernardi. I'm so excited you're here. And guys, I just need to take a moment before we get into this episode to just share my gratitude for my life right now. Yesterday, I ran an in-person full day, 8-hour workshop in Adelaide for women in business, helping them to set up their money mindset, their mindset, and their marketing for 2023 to ensure they have the best year yet. And everything I shared at that event yesterday, I also share with my clients, of course. But it was so nice to do something in person, to connect with new people and existing clients and friends that wanted to support the workshop. And I've just been receiving so many beautiful messages this morning from everyone saying how much they loved it, how energized and motivated and excited and confident they're feeling for 2023. And they loved my strategy, my simple strategy that I'm about to teach you guys. And they just loved the whole thing. And I loved the whole thing. And it didn't feel like work for even 1 minute. It was so much fun. Everyone had champagne upon arrival. There was music. There were workbooks. It was a 16-page workbook to go over for the entire day, and 3 different topics. We had lunch and cheese platters and snacks. We had a photographer. It was at a beautiful venue. It was just amazing, and I did it she was my client, and now she's a really good friend of mine. We ran the workshop together, Isabel, and it was just so much fun. And I just woke up this morning being like, wow, this is my life. This is my life. That for one, on a Monday, I have a completely clear schedule to just focus on whatever I want to do, whether that's to work or not to work. And I've chosen today to record a podcast. I went to the gym this morning. I slept in. I cleaned the house. I went to the market and got some groceries, and now I'm recording this juicy as a podcast for you guys, and it will be released tomorrow. So if you're listening to this the day it released, know that I filmed it yesterday. And yeah, I'm just really, really excited and over the moon. I just had to share that before we get into it, because I know for my audience listening right now, I know that you probably have a dream of running events and running retreats and filling out your programs and having lots of booked sales calls and lots of clients and big cash months. And I just want to let you know that I remember like it was yesterday. It was actually 3 years ago, but I remember it like it was yesterday when I first started my business. And all of these things felt so far away, so impossible, so, scary, and just, didn't have any evidence that it was going to happen. And now it's my life. It's my normal life. I woke up this morning with sales for my upcoming event, which I'll chat to you guys about as well, because it's very relevant to today's topic. And I, have an empty calendar, money's being made, and I'm just so, so happy. And I love that I'm not stressed about anything. I'm not worried about anything. Clients are being served, and I just get to do what I love. And that's from a lot of work, but also intentionality and using a simple, repeatable process, which is what I'm going to teach you today. So I just want to let you know that I wanted to share my experience with you from yesterday, because I know that if that's a dream of yours, it is so, so possible if you keep going and you commit to finding the right coach and the right process and being consistent with that to get the result that it is you desire. I've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in myself, and I don't regret $1, whether it has taught me what I do want to do or what I don't want to do, or that there are easier ways than others. It's all been worth it, because it's given me really, really powerful skills and tools and lessons. And I love passing these lessons on to my clients so that they don't have to do so much trial and error to get to what really, really works. So anyways, that's amazing. And in regards to my workshop, my online upcoming workshop, I'm going to be sharing with you about that all at the end of this episode, but I will quickly just share because it's so, so relevant to this topic. I'm running a event on the 4th of February, so it's coming up. For some of you in the US and parts of Europe, it'll be the 3rd of February. But either way, there is a replay available. It's a 5-hour workshop that I run every 3 months for my clients. I always choose a different topic. But this year, or this conversion event, it's my workshop, I've decided to do it on the strategy that I literally use every single month. And that's what I'm going to be touching on today in this episode, so you get a really, really good idea. But if you get value from today's episode, I highly recommend that you purchase my upcoming online workshop called 6-Figure Conversion Events. It's so affordable. I'll make sure that there's a link in the show notes for you. Otherwise, just DM me, but it will be there. And I really want you to come to that, because what I'm going to share with you today is all the benefits of it, and I'm going to be sharing with you tips, but I really want you to come to this event so you can get the templates and the walkthrough and the full process of the pitch and the launch and literally every single step that I take that has supported me to go from, 3 clients from the first time I ever ran this strategy to my first 10K months a few months later to now over $80,000 per month. And this is all through this one strategy that I want to teach you. So make sure you come to 6-Figure Conversion Events. You will freaking love it. If you're listening to this and it's the past the 4th of Feb, then reach out to me. We'll probably have it available on replay, but it will maybe be a little bit more expensive. So make sure that you do come along. We would love to see you there. I've never given away so much for one low ticket event, and it's a client event, so it's not going to be all fluff. It's going to be the real deal. Anyways, link in the show notes for that. Now, today I'm going to be sharing with you the number one strategy for 2023 to get to 10K months. And that is through running challenges in your Facebook group, right? So like I said, I've used this from day one. The very first thing I did in my business was I actually ran a 5-day challenge in my private Facebook group. And I signed 3 clients from that, and I made it up myself. I had no idea what I was doing and no structure. So if I can sign 3 clients from not knowing what I'm doing, imagine how many clients you can sign when you have a proven strategy, because obviously over the 3 years of testing and trialing and learning and experimenting, I have cracked the code on what works when it comes to running challenges in your Facebook group, right? This has also helped one of my clients recently. She made $8,000 in 3 weeks from running one challenge, right? And I've had clients make 11K months, 10K months, 18K months. Anything is possible when you are consistent with one strategy and you commit to mastering it. So what is a Facebook challenge in your group? Let me just start by that. So it's simply a challenge that you create. So a theme or a topic or a title of a challenge that you're going to run for all of your audience that's in your private group over a certain period of time. So you might run a 3-day challenge, which is typically what I do, but you could also run a 5-day challenge if you wanted to. And this gives you an opportunity to share your expertise and energy and your process with your audience and challenge them with a small task at the end of each day. And this is really powerful because then they're taking action and they're learning from you. And then at the end of the challenge, you share an offer with them on how they can continue to work with you. And then people sign up to your program from there. And I'm going to share with you over 10 benefits of why this is so powerful. But in a nutshell, that's what you're doing. You are choosing a topic. So whatever your niche is, whatever you help people with, you would want to choose a topic on that theme, and you would run a challenge. So let's say you run a 3-day challenge on that, and you share a bit of value every day over the 3 days, and you give them a really small task to do at the end of every single day. And then you share your offer at the end. So that's what a challenge is. Now, what are the benefits of running a challenge? Why should you use this strategy over any other strategy you've ever learned, whether that's Facebook ads or funnels or TikTok or Reels or Instagram or, other Facebook or cold DMs or cold calling or whatever you've learned? Why should you choose to run challenges over anything else? Well, there's a lot of benefits, and I'm going to share them with you right now, but I'll just say a lot of the people that you probably look up to, like Tony Robbins or Denise Duffield Thomas or, Dean Graziosi or, there are so many, I can't even think of all of them right now. They're all running challenges. You don't see them doing many other things like feeling like they have to post 15 times a day and they're not cold DMing you, right? They run challenges. Like Tony Robbins, I'm pretty sure, is about to run a challenge in a few days in his Facebook group. I can't remember if it's a 10-day challenge or what it is, but he's running a challenge and that group has over 600,000 people in there, guys. It's so powerful. And so why would the Tony Robbins invest time in running a challenge? Because of all of the benefits. It works unlike any other strategy. So highly recommend jumping on board this. And this is obviously what I specialize in and what I teach my clients to do. So I'd be happy to help you with this. But I'm going to be diving really, really deep at 6-figure conversion events, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. I'm so excited. All right. Benefit number 1 of running a challenge in your private Facebook group is you get to do what you love, which is to coach, teach, and lead. That's what you want to do as a coach, right? You don't want to spend your whole day, going through a to-do list and cold messaging people and writing a billion posts and doing all of these things. You want to coach people. You want to help people. You want to teach the thing that it is you're so passionate about. And running a challenge every month in your Facebook group allows you to do that. And it's so much fun. And when you're having fun, people feel that and then they buy from you, right? Number 2 is people get sold on your process, your energy, and your expertise. So by running a challenge over a certain period of time, people get to know you, right? How you talk, how you teach, how you communicate, the fun that you have and your energy. They get to hear your process and they're slowly getting really, really sold on that, which makes purchasing your program at the end so easy, right? And it allows you to share your expertise and for them to realize the expertise that you actually have, right? Number 3 is that all of your ideal clients are in one place, which gives you confidence and makes it worth your time, right? So it's so beneficial to run a challenge in your Facebook group because you choose who's allowed to come into your Facebook group. So you don't need to be worried about your auntie or your mum or your sister or your friend or your dad watching your content on your public social media platforms, criticizing you or thinking about you or talking about you. That's probably not happening anyways. But if that's a fear of yours, which is valid in the beginning to be afraid of that sort of stuff, then you don't have to be worried because in your Facebook group, you choose who gets to come in and who doesn't. And so you can be sure that all of the people that have requested to join your group, it's because they want to be in your group, which means that when you're running a challenge, you're talking directly to ideal clients, people that actually want to be there. And that gives you a lot of confidence, which makes it worth your time and energy and gives you a lot of ease, right? You don't need to stress about what other people are saying or thinking or doing and just focus on those in front of you, right? Now, are you ready to create aligned, scalable results in your coaching or service-based business? If so, I'd love to work with you. I support my clients through my signature programs, Rise to Coach, which is for new coaches or service providers wanting to sign their first clients, and Rise to 6 to scale to consistent 10K months. DM me at Sofia Rose Bernardi on Instagram to learn more and see if one of my programs is the right fit for you. Now, number 4 is that it's really easy for people to find and consume. Everyone has Facebook. Everyone knows how to join a Facebook group and you can just send them a link. So they don't need to log into anything. They don't need to necessarily register for anything. They don't need to go through all of these complicated things to watch the replay. Whenever it's on Zoom or somewhere else, the percentage of people going back to watch it if they can't make it live is a lot lower. Whereas when it's run in your Facebook group, people check Facebook multiple times a day. So they're going to see it eventually, whether it's intentionally or unintentionally. The other cool thing is with running challenges in your Facebook group is if people didn't register necessarily to be a part of the challenge, but they're in your group, they're still going to see it, which is amazing. So you're always going to have a lot more people watching your challenge than sign up, which is really, really cool. Okay, number 5 is people can engage with you and others, which builds strong rapport and connection. Now, rapport is so important. Repeat this or write this down. Rapport, rapport, rapport. You need to have rapport in order for someone to buy from you. People buy from people they like, know, and trust. If they don't like you, if they don't trust you, and they don't know you, they're not going to buy from you. So you want to build rapport, and that's so easy to do when you are giving a free, valuable challenge and encouraging people to connect and consume and, participate, right? So it's really, really powerful. Now, number 6 is people get results from our challenge and it's free, which prompts them to only imagine what they'd get from working in a paid environment with you. So by you giving your all over a free challenge, like whenever I run any event, whether it's free or paid, I'm giving my all. I'm not hiding anything or keeping it. I am leaving nothing off the table. And that's why I'm so excited about 6-figure conversion events, because I am going to be giving the entire strategy that I use literally every single month in my business. And it's such a low ticket event, right? So excited about this. Now, number 7, it grows your Facebook group. So those that don't purchase will actually stay on your group still and be warmed up through the content that you're having in the group until the next time you run a challenge, which, now they're seeing your content, they're receiving your content. So even if not every single person buys, they're still going to be seeing everything because they're a part of your community, which will warm them up. Some people just take longer than others to buy. Number 8, people are way more likely to buy from you once they've already made a commitment to you already. So by you promoting and talking about your challenge, when they sign up for that, they've made a mini commitment to you. Even if it's a free commitment, they've still committed to register and to show up to your challenge. And once they've made that commitment, the chances of them committing further and paying for your program is so much more likely, right? It's always that first commitment that's the hardest for people. Number 9, you get to sell to many people rather than one at a time. So with a lot of strategies that are being taught about messaging people and getting on sales calls and things like that, sales calls are so valuable. There's a time and place for them, and they've served me so well in my business. So I'm not about to say that there's anything wrong with that strategy or approach, because there's not. It's really, really powerful. But the great thing about challenges is, if you do this right, if you master this strategy, which is what I'm going to teach at 6-figure conversion events, people will buy while they're still participating in the challenge. People will buy straight after the challenge. So you don't have to have 15 sales calls or 15 conversations or convince people, because you've done it publicly to everyone at once, which saves you time and energy. And as long as you're practicing to make that pitch really good, then you are good to go, right? So you get to sell to many people rather than one at a time, which I just think is amazing. And then number 10, you get to have a lot of fun with a simple, repeatable strategy. And this is probably one of the most important ones, because we want to have fun. Otherwise, it's not sustainable. We're going to change our mind. We're going to sign up to another coach to learn a different process, which is just going to confuse us even more, because they're saying something different to what your other coach is saying, right? Whereas when your strategy is fun and it's sustainable and it's simple and you're able to do it every single month in your business, that's where you're going to get results, because you're committing to one thing and you're mastering it. So you're going to 10x your current results and get you to those 10K months. So I could go on and on about all of the benefits of running free challenges in your Facebook group, but they are just some of them. And I'm just so excited to teach this process to everyone that wants to dive deeper on it, because it feels pretty surreal that it's supported me at such a deep level to make so much money and have so much fun along the way. Like, this podcast episode that I'm recording right now is my only commitment for today, and it feels so easeful, and money has come in and clients have been supported and I've been having a lot of fun. And so I really want to chat about that. Now, I want to give you some tips when it comes to running challenges. And obviously, I'll go so much deeper in the workshop about this, but I wanted to leave you with some tips on where to start with this. So number 1, you want to make sure that your Facebook group name is private. So the Facebook group is private and the name is really specific to your audience and is set up for success, with a really nice cover photo and having the pre-approval questions set up and the description of your group. group. You want that to be all really clear and really professional. So make sure it's very, very niche. And in order for you to do that, you're going to need to know your target audience very, very well. Number 2, you want to make most of your call to actions on, Facebook or whatever social media platform you're using. You want to make your call to action for people to join your group. You want to regularly be talking about your Facebook group because that's part of your funnel. You use your social media platform, you get them into your group, and that's where you can build a relationship with them, whether that is through messaging them due to them answering the pre-approval questions, or because they run the challenge, or because they get value out of, some lives or posts that you do in your Facebook group. So make sure that all of your call to actions are getting people to the group, unless of course you're promoting a challenge, then you promote the challenge, which will get people into the group anyway. So if you make that, then the rest of the selling and the converting of the person will happen very organically and naturally because they're going to love being in your group, right? So tip number 1 is to make sure that your group is set up for success with the name being really specific to your audience and the banner and the pre-approval questions. And number 2 is making all of your call to actions to get people to your group, which is going to save you time, money, and energy. And it's a free, valuable thing, right? And then number 3 is when you're running challenges, make sure that the challenge task that you give people at the end of the day is to go live in your Facebook group. Now, you can give a task like share your biggest takeaway through a live video in the Facebook group or something like that. And the reason why you want to do this or incentivize people with prizes from your challenge is because then people engage in your video and other videos more. Then they're engaging in your group, which tells Facebook that people love this group, and it boosts it to the top of people's recommendations. And people just are way more likely to see your video because everyone's commenting and liking and engaging on the videos in the post. So I love to make the task really, really simple and easy, but to make it to share their answer in the Facebook group. And I award prizes for people that do this, right? So I've incentivized people to do it, and it makes more people listen and participate and watch to the end. So having those prizes at the end is super, super smart, which is why challenges are just so much better than masterclasses as well. So they are, the benefits of running a challenge in your Facebook group, and my top tips and what a challenge is and the results that myself and my clients have had from it. Now, if you would like to learn this whole process, as I'm sure you can imagine, there is a process in terms of, announcing the challenge, promoting the challenge, running the challenge, the pitch at the end of the challenge, the cart open period where people can get a special offer from you at the end of the challenge. There is a process for all of that to do that in a way that's sustainable and fun and easy and repeatable. And that's what I'm going to be showing you and teaching you at Six Figure Conversion Events. It's on a really special price right now. It's a client event. It's very, very generous. I would love to see you there. There's a replay available. So make sure you click the link in the show notes to secure your spot today before tickets sell out. There is a max amount of people I can have on Zoom, and I've got a lot of clients, guys. It's really important to note that. I've got over 80 clients and you can only have 100 people in Zoom. So make sure that you purchase a ticket. And I'm just so excited to teach this process because my life would be radically different right now if I hadn't learned this. I would be working so much harder, so many longer hours, probably still be working 5 jobs on the side, and my business wouldn't be full-time, thriving and successful, making a difference in people's lives. So I would love for you to learn this process so that you can also love your life and your business too. Thanks so much for listening. I can't wait to see you there. And otherwise, I will see you in next week's episode. All my love. Are you ready to create aligned, scalable results in your coaching or service-based business? If so, I'd love to work with you. I support my clients through my signature programs, Rise to Coach, which is for new coaches or service providers wanting to sign their first clients, and Rise to 6 to scale to consistent 10K months. DM me at Sofia Rose Bernardi on Instagram to learn more and see if one of my programs is the right fit for you.